right, Lagos State, we're back with the Morning Crossfire 99.3 Nigeria Info. Very good morning to you from wherever you're listening to us from. And of course, joining our conversation from around the world, listening on the dial, 99.3 FM in Lagos, listening online at www.nigeriainfo.fm or listening via mobile application, or probably watching us on YouTube at Nigeria Info FM with a live stream, or probably watching us on Facebook at Nigeria Space Info Space 99.3 with our live stream, or you're listening on some other application, a third-party application. Well, it's a pleasure to have you join us right here on Morning Crossfire. Today, we're looking at the second phase of the Ounje Eco Lagos State Government Discount Market. Second phase we has been flagged off, and there are some additional features which we'd like to know about. We also like to find out what success of the phase was like. And for those of you who are listening, we want to know what it was like. There were some complaints, there were some, good words, commendation for the state government for that. Some pointers as to what could be done better. I'm glad to say, without wasting time, we're joined by Miss Abisola Olusanya, who is Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems. Madam, good morning to you. It's good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you again as well.
Fantastic. I hear the name of the ministry has been changed to Agriculture and Food Systems.
Yes.
All right. What informs that reform?
So we believe that people tend to have a kind of restrictive definition to the players within the agric space, and the term just agriculture doesn't define enough or give room for the value added by the other players within the sector. So it's one thing to have people produce the food, but it takes a whole village to also get that food to the market for you to buy and prepare that food in your house. So the logistics provider, the aggregator, the processor, the marketer, the distributor, all of those people are critical to the chain as well. And we felt that broadening it to include actors in the food systems would do justice to what the entire chain around food is all about.
Fantastic, very fantastic indeed. All right, for those of you listening, please feel free to call our numbers 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-0993. Our listeners, female listeners, can call that number, or special line for our female listeners. That's 0201 465 7190, 0201 465 7190. You can also contribute via WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number being 080 9597 5805, 080 9597 5805. And of course, share with us your experience with the Lagos State 25% discount market, otherwise known as Ounje Eco. Of course, I said earlier, we have Ms. Abisola Olusanya. She's Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems. You can call, ask questions, make contributions, make suggestions, or whatever you want to say is welcome. Madam Commissioner, let's start from here. The Lagos State government had suspended the phase one, completed, let me say, phase one of this initiative, Ounje Eco 25% food discount market. And about 2 weeks ago, the governor of Lagos State announced a resumption. From your point of view as the Commissioner of Agriculture and Food Systems, what's your assessment of phase one? Now, I don't want you to tell me only successes, but also maybe some of the things you think could have been done better.
Yeah, so I mean, phase one, it wasn't without its hitches. And honestly speaking, in terms of the assessment of what success rate, I think the public is in a better position to judge the performance of phase one. We implemented, so we can't also score ourselves. And I believe that due to the fact that people felt it was an initiative that was carried out well, like I said, not without its hitches, but in terms of the genuineness of the initiative and the openness, I think the public asking Mr. Governor to continue with the Ounje Eco food discount market is in itself the result of a job well executed. So I believe that by and large, the public asking for the continuation of Ounje deems it a success.
Quite interesting. What is it you realized from phase one that you want to improve on in phase two of this initiative?
Truthfully, for phase two, looking back at what happened in phase one, we have carried out a lot of improvements. I mean, it's still work in progress, but we have tried to overcome whatever challenges that we foresee might ensue. So we started off with training of staff around customer service, around customer care, customer service delivery. We instituted standard operating procedure for the different members of the team. So you have standard operating procedure for staff, for market leaders, for the payment solution providers, for the accountants and auditors in each location, and just general SOP for everyone in the team. So that way alone gives a guideline on how to tackle problems that might ensue, and also just the general operating procedure of what should happen in every location. Also, the collaboration with the security agencies, I believe, is much better, because right from the onset, everyone now kind of has an idea of what it is that they are supposed to do. Also, with regards to vendors, there were numerous stakeholder meetings as well, trying to overcome challenges that we faced in phase one. And I think generally speaking, we just try as much as possible that for every given market day, we do a quick identification of issues that might have ensued location-wise and make amends towards the next market day. Also, we've given the public the opportunity to phone in and give their feedback as to any given location that they are at. So we have call center lines. We have 4 phone numbers that are well displayed on all of our social media graphics and even on our billboards across town. So that also gives the public the opportunity to register any issues that might ensue. And also the market leaders, in terms of knowing who to register a complaint to. At any market location, you have officers in the green reflective jackets with the Ounje on it. But the market leader who takes responsibility for every location is wearing a red reflective jacket, and the deputy market leader as well. So any complaints can be registered immediately. And we have monitoring officers who go around. We have mystery shoppers who also give us the information as to anything untoward happening in any market. So we try as much as possible to make sure that the rounds that we make as team members monitoring as well, we quickly adjust to the situations on ground and correct any mistakes that might ensue.
All right, interesting. So you've put out, numbers for members of the public to reach out with inquiries, complaints, suggestions, and they're available on your.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic! You also have a color system of sorts, so that shoppers can identify which official is which, so they don't fall victim to touts and all that. Okay, anything you want to add to that?
So like I said, we have the training workshops that we had done, the call centers, the SOPs for staff, and just generally calling on the public to exercise a bit of patience. Like I mentioned in one of the interviews I had done, remember, it's civil servants that are serving you. The civil servants are not built to engage in trade. So whatever it is that we are doing now is also a learning curve for a lot of people. So patience is required. And I believe by and large, it's just coming back to the human nature of being respectful and expecting the reciprocity in the process of conducting a transaction.
All right, fantastic. So, Madam Commissioner, the second phase began on September 1, as announced by your office, and indeed 2 weeks ago, the Governor of Lagos City, His Excellency Governor Abisola Olusanya. What has the response been like from Lagosians to the second phase 2 that began on the 1st of September 2024?
So we've had 2 market days now for Sundays, and I think so far so good. It's been very good. The turnout, obviously, for day 1 September was less than what we experienced this past Sunday, and so we have a bigger crowd, and obviously the expectations of people are quite high. And this past Sunday, for instance, we experienced a huge demand that obviously overshadowed what we had brought as supplies. So amendments are also being made for the next Sunday that we would have more food items. But we're also taking into cognizance the fact that at the end of the day, demand for food is also cyclical. Some schools resumed this past Sunday, so we saw that the surge could have happened on the back of that. Schools will still continue to resume up until next week, so we still expect demand to be much this coming Sunday. By the time school resumes, parents pay fees and what have you. Obviously, disposable income would reduce, so we anticipate that the 3rd week of September, you might have less demand. And by the last week of September, again, when salaries would have been paid, you would also expect to see an increase in demand. So this fluctuations in demand is something we're also taking note of to ensure that in terms of meeting adequate demand and supply, it is well executed on our part. So we'll just continue to watch. We'll continue to ask for feedback and hoping to serve the people well.
All right, fantastic. We'll take some calls shortly. What is the procedure for those who want to be a part of the Sunday discount market? Maybe after that, we'll talk about the new innovations and the additional, aspects of this. But what is the procedure? Because I've read, online from some of the articles. I must say, brilliant, public awareness and information, displayed in the graphics and all that. So take us through the process of purchasing a food item or foodstuff from the market. Is there a limit to how many, the quantity, for instance? Yes.
Yes, there's actually a limit. So what we want everyone to do first is to identify the location closest to you where you can find an Ounje code discount market. So you go on our social media handles, Ounje_Eco Lagos. There you will find all of the information, the various locations across the 57, 58 LGA, LCDAs, and the tertiary institutions as well. And from there, on this given Sunday, if it is a local government or LCDA location, you walk in there. You are entitled to a maximum of 5 kilo rice, 5 kilo beans, 5 kilo gari, 2 loaves of bread, 2 crates of eggs, 2 kilos of tomato, 1 kilo of pepper, 1 kilo of rodo, and 1 kilo of onions. And these are the maximum quantities allowed by any one person for purchase. We don't also allow children to be on the queues to purchase the vouchers for the food items to be disbursed. And by and large, that is just it. Walk into any center, adhere to the instructions of the security agencies and the officers on ground as to the queue up system. And when it is your turn, you are called, you go to the tent. Depending on the food items you want to buy, you pay, and you are paying only 75% of the actual value of that food item, which the pricing would have been displayed somewhere in the compound where you can clearly see. You see the actual market pricing, and you see the 75% discounted pricing as well. So you understand the gains you are getting, and you make your payments to the POS operator, who is a PSB agent. And from there, you are issued the voucher for every of the food item that you're purchasing. And you go to the redemption tent to pick up the food items that you have paid for. And voila, you are done.
Right. Okay. So we hear you using a one particular payment service bank, which is more.
We have several PSBs.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. We have several.
So this is 25%, not 75%. 25%. Okay, fantastic. I want to take some calls. We have so many questions for you, but we want to give the public a chance to come in at this point. 99.3, good morning.
Hey, Bartels, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Welcome. What's your name and your question or contribution, please?
Grandma Molara from Ikorodu. Auntie Bisola Ekaro.
Sir.
Ma, I worked with your dad in Kita and King for some years. You can't remember me now. All she said is right. The only bit is that my niece was there on Sunday, and it was better arranged this time than the first one. Or the price list was there, and one plus in the Korodu area, Zumratu, that my niece went was that every seller had a POS. So you buy, you pay with your ATM card, and you walk away. Though it was really very crowded this time. The first, like she said, on the first, there weren't so many people. So it was the CDA chairman in our area that told us all to go. But Auntie Bisola, I want to ask, why is there no vegetable oil and palm oil? Maybe you should think about that, please.
Okay, Grandma, please stay on the line.
Job.
Okay, she says you're doing a good job. Grandma, thank you very much. Maybe you can stay on the line. Madam Commissioner, your response, we'll reply to that.
So thank you. A lot of people have actually asked us why we're not selling other food items like yam, oil, fish, meat, and what have you. Standardization, quality-wise, would differ for these food items, and we cannot vouch for that. Just from a mere line of sight, you can see whether rice is of good quality to some degree. You can see the quality of beans. You can see gari even just by mere looking at it. But oil, you cannot vouch till you taste it. Same thing with things like yam, meat, and what have you. For wet products like meat and fish, for instance, because you are not there at the point of slaughter or at the point of catch, and obviously how long it's been refrigerated for or kept for, you cannot vouch for the quality of it till you get home. And we don't want to put ourselves in a tight position where for every single location, we have to be trying to do quality checks as to other types of food. So we keep to staples that we believe every home in Nigeria, every home in Lagos would regularly buy. So that is why we have stayed away from specific food items and stuck to these ones that we have.
All right.
Clearly shown as what we would want to give discounts on.
All right. Grandma, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. That's the reply you have.
Yeah, okay. Keep up the good job, Auntie Bisola.
Thank you very much.
All right, Grandma.
Well done, Kofi.
Thank you, Grandma. I'll stay in touch. Grandma recently buried her husband of many years. Grandma, condolences to you once again. All right, and so we're taking more of your thoughts. Don't forget, it's still the Ounje Echo with 25% off specific food items, like you just said, from the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, who's our guest this morning. You have 5 kg of rice, 5 kg of beans, 5 kg of gari, 1 kg of tomatoes, 1 kg of tatashe, 1 kg of atarodo, 1 kg of onions, 1 crate of eggs, and 1 loaf of bread is what you're all entitled to per Sunday. And the procedure, of course, to purchase your voucher at a designated Ounje co-location to enjoy that 25% discount on listed items. We'll return after the break, and your questions, your contributions as we discuss with the Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
To feel alive and strong? Look no further, because Well and Drink from Vitabiotics UK has got you covered. Packed with vitamins and minerals, it is a healthy choice you won't regret. Make a healthy choice today with a very low-calorie drink that is free from caffeine, preservatives, and artificial color. Well and Drink, the ultimate choice for men. Available in leading pharmacies and supermarkets.
I'm in love. Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Idov,
of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abi?
Jerry, now you they talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, HFM.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said HFM.com.
Which one is HFM.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
HFM.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
All 380 games are about to come alive on your mobile phone. Step into the Premier League with Showmax.
This is the league we want to watch.
No matter where you are, your favorite teams are just a tap away.
Here now is the big business that truly stirs.
Sign up on the Premier League plan on Showmax.com. Create your account, download the Showmax app, and stream the Premier League for only 3,200 naira right on your mobile. It's your stadium on the move.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Yo, it's time to switch up your streaming and social media experiences. Introducing the Glow My G bundle, the first all-in-one social and music bundle. It's the perfect bundle for texting, snapping, streaming, sharing, vibing, and everything you love doing online. With My G bundle, you get the data deals for Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Boomplay, Audiomack, and Glow TV, all in one bundle. Now you can make every naira count with affordable all-in-one data bundles with Glow My G. Get 1 gigabyte for 300 naira, 1.5 gigabytes for 500 naira, and 3.5 gigabytes for 1,000 naira on the Glow My G bundle. Plus, you also get 1 hour of free browsing on your favorite apps. That's Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Boomplay, Audiomack, and Glow TV. Dial *312# to start making every naira count with Glow My G bundle. T's and C's apply.
Glow Unlimited. Tired of network issues disrupting your business transactions? Say hello to Embassy Card, the payment solution for both customers and merchants.
As a customer, I can use Embassy cards for personal and business transactions, even without network or data. No network, no problems.
And as a merchant, I can accept payments on my phone anytime, anywhere, without the need for expensive POS terminals. Plus, I earn commission for every card top-up and cash withdrawal like a POS agent.
Embassy Card offers contactless payments, secure transactions, and free fund transfers between cards, and available in light, green, and gold cards. Visit www.embassycard.com to get started and download the app on Play Store and Apple Store. Embassy Card, opening up your world.
Do you have a low JAM score? No need to waste a year at home. Now University of Nigeria's School of Preliminary Studies offers you an alternative route into the university. Operating in Abuja, Now SPS prepares students for direct entry admission into 200 level at any Nigerian university through JUPEP. Visit sps.nowuniversity.edu.ng or call 0906 906 8447 to apply now.
Welcome back to your #1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info. Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your #1 station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Morning Crossfire. on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, Lagos, welcome. Nigeria, welcome. And if you're listening from anywhere in the world, you're welcome. Still the morning crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. 0201 277 0993. 0201 277 0993. A female line 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190. Numbers to call to be a part of the conversation. You can send your messages in on our Facebook post live stream. We have a live stream running on Facebook, also on YouTube as well. And you can, comment on our post on X, as well as reaching us on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number being 080 9597 5805. 0809597 5805. Our guest this morning on the crossfire, Ms. Abisola Olusanya. She is the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems in Lagos State. Here to talk about the Lagos State government's 25% food discount market, popularly known as Ounje. And of course, Phase 2 began on the 1st of September 2024 after some information announcement by the Commissioner and, of course, His Excellency the Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Olusola. It's a 25% discount market, like you've heard from the Commissioner, and it holds across all the local governments, areas, and LCDAs of Lagos State from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each Sunday. Please call and have your say. Madam Commissioner, now, this second phase, when is the end point? When will it end? Is it going to continue for the foreseeable future?
So we'll wait for Mr. Governor's directive on that. For now, we'll continue into the month of September, October. We'll wait and see.
Right.
But for now, we'll just continue to implement.
Interesting. We saw a raft of measures, palliative measures, social welfare measures by the Governor of Lagos State, apart from Agric, the other areas, just around the period when the petrol price went up. Is this in response to the increase in pump price of petrol?
Not just increase in pump price of petrol. It's just as aside the pump price, you have inflation generally, and in most countries across the world. And Mr. Governor, being who he is, with the foresight to try to at least give some level of comfort to the Lagos citizenry. Currently, you still have the discounts ongoing in the transport sector as well. I believe that is also about either 25% or so, or 50%. I'm sorry, I can't really remember the figure. I know that Alafia Eco is also ongoing, which is the health initiative as well. I know the education sector as well. They have quite a number of things ongoing there. Even in the health sector, I know that for the Lira Eco, there's some sort of discounting also for people to come under the health insurance scheme. And Mr. Governor continues to watch the trends, and he also continues to look at the various categories of people in society and how best to intervene on their behalf. I know for the youth, if you look at the NYSC, he had given some amounts of money to every youth corper. And I know that through the Ministry of Youth and Social Development as well, there are several initiatives targeted at this specific demography to ensure in terms of job employment and also just alleviating the pains of the people. He continues to roll out measures. So across board, there's something going on in every single space. If you look at Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, for instance, in the last couple of weeks, they have done several empowerment initiatives, trainings, support through the Ministry of Wealth Creation. You look at through the LSCTF, that's the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. They continue to support MSMEs. I know under the Ministry of Commerce, cooperatives, trade and investment as well. In liaison with the Chamber of Commerce and Industry. There's so much going on there. And, I can reel out all of the different interventions taking place, across the Lagos State MDAs. And Mr. Governor just keeps giving because that is what his administration is about. We're not saying we're perfect, but we'll continue to do the best, that we possibly can in ensuring that all of us get out of this hard times. and then also, just continue to help one another.
Interesting. Let's go back to the phone lines and take some more of your thoughts and your contributions. You have a question, feel free to ask. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning, Kofi. How are you?
Very well. Thank you very much. I hope you are too. Your name and contribution, please.
My name is Solumuyiwa, calling from Aunje.
All right, welcome.
Honorable Commissioner, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
If I should remember the program of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, even for Lagos State, you will see that 80% of the land assigned even for agriculture has been taken over by religion leaders. And the governor now wants to air because of the fuel increase. I have two questions, simple two questions. One, all this food that the Lagos State is selling, are they producing on the soil of Lagos or from other countries that are promoting GMO? Let me stop there. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much, Olumuyiwa. I see you're chuckling. Commissioner, what's the reply to that?
Okay, so thank you very much for that question. If you see, we have stuck to staple foods that are largely produced locally, both in Lagos and in other states outside of Lagos. We are reliant on food vendors in Lagos State. Now, vendors will source food from different localities as they deem fit. What we do is just to ensure that the quality of what is brought into every location is ascertained and good enough for sale. Any vendor found compromising is blacklisted and is not to serve in the following markets. But when it comes to GMO foods, you're talking about foods that are largely processed. And in as much as, yes, you could have food produce as well with a GMO dynamics around it. Largely what we have right now for Ounje is not GMO food. So please be rest assured.
All right. Olumuyiwa, I have your answer there. Let's go to a female line, 99.3. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Kofi.
Welcome. Your name and contribution, please.
Okay, my name is Stella, calling from Festac.
All right, welcome.
Okay, I want to first appreciate your best for the detailed explanation so far. Okay, my concern is as regards the price. I've searched online for the current price list of the food items, and I'm still seeing the old price. Is it still the same?
All right, you've seen the old price as a price that they sold last phase.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Madam Commissioner.
Are they still the same?
Okay, so for the last phase, if you recollect, for the first, I think, 2-3 weeks, we had displayed a sort of standardized pricing across Lagos. That was a blunder in the sense that we later realized, based on a lot of feedback, that our prices in some locations, people loved it because it was cheaper than what they would ordinarily buy. In some other locations, the prices were deemed too high. So we realized that giving a standardized pricing across the entirety of Lagos would not work. What someone who is staying in Ikorodu would get for fish would differ from what someone staying in Mushin would get for fish. And that is basis proximity to the waters, the number of people engaged in such trade, and the different vagaries around production and processing. So the cost cannot be the same across board, which is why we continue to iterate that it's only local vendors that can participate in this. We will not take a vendor from Ikorodu and dump that vendor in Mushin. Neither would we take a vendor from Badagry and say, go and serve Ekpe. It can't work. A vendor in Badagry must serve the people of Badagry. A vendor in Ekpe must serve the people of Ekpe. That way, people know that these are the prices in Ekpe market. People know these are the prices in Badagry market. And on those prices, we now issue the 25% discount. So we do a lot of checks. Our team goes into each local market. We also work with the geologer and market master or mistress to ascertain that the vendor is indeed from a local market there, and the prices that we have been given are true to the nature of the locality. So whatever you have seen on social media, that must have been the old graphics. That's why I said, please go to Ounje_Eco Lagos. You will see there that we have not indicated any pricing there. All you need to do is the location you go to, right at the entrance. Once you walk in, you will see the massive banner that states the current pricing of food in your locality, and also shows the discounted price. So we don't have any price announcements for phase 2.
Okay.
So you get your local market.
To get your local market. All right. So it varies from location to location based on the prevailing price of food.
Market rate.
All right. So if you want to buy from VI, know that you pay VI price minus 25%.
Yes,
all right.
exactly.
Interesting. We have an ex-listener, 99.3. Good morning. Yes, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, my brother and the student. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, Kofi Bartels. What's your name?
Honorable Commissioner, I greet you this morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, what's your name, please?
Joseph. Joseph.
Welcome. Joseph.
Yeah, I see the last couple of years we had Lagos had a collaboration with I think Kofi State when they produce rice. And when the rice came to the market, it was cheaper, and Lagos don't have any reason to give discount or to bring the price down. So when do we begin to say that again? Because I think that is only what we need when states will begin to collaborate with states and make food cheaper. And that in that sense, you don't have to begin to whereby the issue of Ounje would not be a thing of the past. Because I think that's the only way we can able to address this issue of food insecurity. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your time. You've zoomed into one of the questions we had here. Madam Commissioner, the concept he talked about. Please go on.
Yes. So in terms of collaboration with the states and going back to the Lagos Kebbi arrangement, that was an arrangement that was for a specific time frame, considering the fact that Lagos then was in the process of building its own rice mill. What the collaboration was about then was for Kebbi to produce the paddy, process the paddy, and bring the rice down to Lagos. So already finished rice was what was brought into Lagos. And not that the rice was produced at a cheap price, it was that the Lagos state government back then still subsidized the price of the lake rice that was sold into the various market locations. Now what we have is a rice mill of our own, meaning we now need to buy paddy from producing states, of which Kebbi is still one, and you have other states as well where paddy is being sourced. And the paddy is brought into the Imota, Lagos Rice Mill Imota, and processed, and now with our own brand, standalone brand name of Eco Rice. So lake rice, Eco Rice, at the end of the day, it is still rice, but the dimensioning of collaboration has shifted from bringing in already finished rice with a brand name to bringing in the input into Lagos and processed in the Lagos Rice Mill to have another brand name called Eco Rice. At the end of the day, production costs still matter, and the price of rice will still continue to prevail, basis cost of energy and logistics and what have you. Now, the governor and then the special advisor also for the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, Dr. Oluwarotimi Fashola, there's a lot actually happening in the background around paddy production as well as the processing of paddy. And I can bet you that in this last quarter of the year 2024, you'll see an availability of Eco Rice in your local market. What we also want to do this time around, like I've started to advocate for, is we must follow our investments to the market in a way that whatever interventions we are giving, be it to farm producers and what have you, or marketers of value addition processors, we must ensure that up until market, we make sure that the price which is sold is reasonable. So this time around also, that in terms of follow-up with the distributors that buy and push into the various markets in Lagos, we are well on top of all of that so that we ensure continuous availability in our local markets.
All right. Thank you. Since it's taking us there, we intended to ask a question down the road. What is the current status of the Lagos rice mill, Imota?
Yes, so currently paddy is being purchased. Rice is also cyclical in nature. So you have times where there is a glut, and you also have times of abundance of paddy. Right now, paddy purchase is happening in as much as it is slow. But like I mentioned, Mr. Governor and the special advisor also There's some things happening in the back scenes. I'm sure in the last 1 week or so, you saw some MOU signed in China by Mr. Governor with a company in China on rice production and a few other things. So some things are happening in the back scenes. Also, we have some farm locations in some states in Nigeria and also in Lagos where paddy is actually being grown. It will just take a bit of time before you have paddy available, but right now paddy is being sourced and you have some paddies coming into the rice mill towards the last quarter of the year production. So you'll see a rice available in this last quarter.
Interesting. If you just joined the conversation, we have as guest on the Morning Crossfire the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems in Lagos State, Ms. Abisola Olusanya, and of course looking at the Lagos State 25% food discount market, otherwise known as Ounje, and where you can, of course, go purchase food items at 25% discount. Madam Commissioner, it seems that there are additional markets introduced by the state government, for instance, for students and all that. Some of them seem to be running on different days. Can you give us the information on that?
Yeah, so in total, right now, we have 64 locations. That would be your 57 local governments and LGAs. Those run on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You have the Mushin Fresh Food Hub at Idioro, opposite Alakara Station. That runs on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And you have your 5 academic tertiary institutions, Unilag, LASU, LASUS Tech, LASWED, and LASUS, which run on Fridays alongside the Lagos State Government Secretariat, Alausa. So LASU, that's Lagos State University at Ojo. LASWED is Lagos State University of Education, which is around the same axis. You have Unilag, which is in Yaba. You have LASUS Tech, that's the Lagos State University of Science and Technology at Odogunyo in Ikorodu. And you have LASUS, which is the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital at Ikeja. And obviously, you have the Alausa Secretariat here in Ikeja as well. So these hold on Friday. Also, this week, this coming Sunday, we have an additional location now for the that's Jeremy fellow there. I was there personally and realized that for that location,
sorry, Madam Commissioner.
Yes,
sorry, please. The network interrupted what you were saying after you talked about Alausa Secretariat. So please go back to
So I said that aside the 5 academic institutions, we have Lagos State's Government Secretariat, Alausa, also for Fridays. In addition, this coming Sunday, we will have one additional location at Ajegunle. That's the Ajeromi Felodo axis. We realize that the population density there would warrant us creating an additional market location for them. So by the end of this week, on this coming Sunday, we would have 65 locations. And we'll continue to watch the trends. We'll continue to do our rounds. And we'll continue to make adjustments as we see the need for it.
Quite interesting. Okay, so the students are not left out. You said 5 academic tertiary institutions in Lagos State. Am I correct? Or is it 6?
Yes.
5. Okay. All right.
So I always need to mention them again to be sure of the number. LASUS, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Unilag, LASU, LASWED, and LASUS Tech. So 5 academic institutions.
All right, fantastic.
Yes.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. We have our next listener on the line. 99.3, lost a call there. Please call back if you can. 99.3, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Uche. I'm calling from Lekki.
Great to hear from you, Uche. Your question or contribution?
Okay, I want to first of all appreciate the Lagos State government for the discount market. It's a much needed support at this time. But I was at the Lekki Farmers Market on the first market day, which was the 1st of September. And then the experience I had was not so good. First of all, the eggs that were brought to the market, most of them were bought off by the officials that came the Lagos State officials, the security men that came with them. So only a few crates were sold to us. And then the beans they brought to the market was very bad. I bought a pack of it. I can't eat it. It's so dirty and bad. The tomato, they were supposed to scale 1 kg. They are just using eye gauge to wrap them. They'll tell you this is 1 kg, this is 2 kg. You're not sure. The onion they gave us were tied in nylons, and that day was very hot. And so it generated a lot of heat, which affected the durability and quality of the onion. So even the ticketing system they used, I don't understand. I think we're supposed to get receipt for our purchase, but there was nothing like that. The vouchers were taking the payment slips for the POS operators. They were taking off us. So they took everything. We don't have evidence of what we bought. We don't have evidence of the payments we made and all of that. So I think the organizers can do better in terms of the quality of the products they are bringing to the market, the quantity they are bringing.
All right.
And then the officials, they might also try to make what they call it, provisions for their officials, so they don't buy off what is supposed to be for us in the area.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, madam, for your time. I appreciate you calling in. All right. Honorable Commissioner, your reply to that.
Yeah. Okay, so amazingly, I was actually at the Lekki Phase 1 Admiralty Farmers Market location. I think I got there around 3 o'clock. They had abundant vouchers, even overabundant vouchers. Now, the truth is, when you make your payment at the POS operator's place, you are given a voucher which you hand over to the person that you are redeeming the item from. So truly, there is no receipt system other than the fact that you walk away with your food. It costs a lot of money to print the vouchers. So to print receipts as well is asking for a bit much. You don't go into your regular local market and you get a receipt from Iya Sikira or Iya Tayo. You buy, you make your payment, and you walk away. So asking for a receipt might be a bit too much. In terms of quality, like I said, I was there personally myself. And by and large, in fact, maybe at the time I got there, like I said, around 3, there was virtually no crowd. Everything was just very chilled and laid back. People drove in their cars to the small available parking space there and bought the required items. With regards to the quality of food, the team is supposed to inspect the quality of the food items brought in there and to ensure that we don't have issues. And if any vendor is found wanting, they are blacklisted. Now, for the fact that that market access and that location also is a farmer's market by a private sector player, the food items brought in there are usually very good quality. So having this complaint around food quality for that location, I would have to personally investigate it. Like I said, I was there myself on that very first day, and I didn't have any complaints whatsoever. So I will check again.
Okay.
And if she mentioned the issues of beans and what, she can bring it back. I would personally take responsibility for it and ensure that it is changed for her. On this Sunday.
Okay, come back to location with the beans this Sunday. Uche, you know how to reach us. I've seen your WhatsApp message. Madam, the social media account again, people are asking for it. I think.
Yes. I said Ounje _ Eco Lagos.
Okay.
So OUNJE _ EKOLAGOS.
All right. Madam Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, thank you very many thanks for your time this morning. Time flies fast on radio, you know. So we'd love to have you back in a couple of weeks' time to talk about this again. Do we have a deal? All right. I can't see my network has frozen here. My name is Kofi Bartels. Let's go pay our bills. We'll be right back.
You won't get drink to boost your health. Now, Wellman drink. Wellman drink.
Are you ready to feel alive and strong? Look no further, because Wellman Drink from Vitabiotics UK has got you covered. Packed with vitamins and minerals, it is a healthy choice you won't.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for your live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's